Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, three-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Muhammad. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year, from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west.
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yahanna. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
West to the depth till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Maskoya.
West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th,
2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
And all the warriors be like, boom, yasha.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Mind over matter, still trying to purge these if a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud, keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo, like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no-no, not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill, I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine, I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trip. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bitch. Nope.
They need food, housing, clothing. They need counseling. They need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. That's the white man. That's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Native Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something. The whole reason I'm here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you and give you hope. It's supposed to make you say to yourself, you know what, we got a kingdom coming. You know what, the Lord's judgment is coming. You know what, let's change our life.
Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. One West, nigga. Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Nigga can't have more than you, you know them niggas will still hate you. Damn. Those are characteristics in a pussy nigga nature. Talk that shit behind my back, but be on mute when it's a facial. Smiling in my face, but you can't hide all of that hatred. I'm too silent, you a snake. I see that shit a mile away. Man of war, and I'm not sorry, blame that shit on you, PK. Pussy ass nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Oh, you confused, you think pussy ass nigga. This ain't drag racing, why you got that drag with you? I'm a bad
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, three-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcast, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what are the leaves to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him, say, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Where are you? Don't mean I can't find you. He was like, who is this nigga, man? Like that. Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Ham wa Aidya Yahweh. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't, she can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what we need.
That's
brothers.
right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, that afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens, and that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the Lamb Slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayman. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Serious, and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make them money. Fuck Obama, he ain't coming here on Congo.
Imagine Yahanna don't like no soldiers for the Spirit of the Lord. We don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Like a saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under Yahanna, Amy murdered Botham and got a hug from Yahanna. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Lord Commander General Yahanna na ESUP ka.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Shalom, Yahushua, everybody. As we know, the Lord's Passover is not that far away. So ladies, you want to make sure you have your corsages in time, so don't delay. The red corsages are for our married ladies. The white corsages are for the single ladies. So make sure that you order yours today from our sisters over at Costly Array. And I pray that I see all of you at the Lord's annual Passover. Don't forget, order today from Costly Array.
Just as long as we're together, there is no place or time. Just as long as we're together, there is no place or time. No.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the Lamb Slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown Class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Yeah. Alawapanya, Barak, Yahawah, Shemiyah, Shabrakatha.
Yabashma Shabakathum.
What's going on, sir? What's going on?
Oh, man. Chuck, I love that theme song. Damn. Like it's fitting the bill right about now. You know what I'm saying? What's going on now, Doc? Like, it's fitting the bill right now. Like, we gotta update the graphics.
I think so.
We gotta get to World War II. We gotta get some Epstein. I'm gonna talk to somebody. Mishak, you gotta talk. Mishak, this up your ballpark.
Yeah, listen, Joe, I'm gonna talk to your brother Kodash, the Balls in Detroit. You know, he barely beats himself. This is original.
Yeah, he did. No, don't change the beat now.
Yeah, I'm keeping the beat, but he put new images.
Just bring them graphics up to date. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna be glad to update that shit. Get that beat there with all moves and them drones flying. Oh boy.
Some rockets going off all over the place. Like you know, when them different conspiracy theorists came out, it was very difficult to take them serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like they were talking crazy. But now mainstream media is coming out with it.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, that Russian targeting that should change the whole war. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Because the minute they start talking, I heard today, tell me, y'all get me right. I heard today they fired on Netanyahu's command center.
Damn, I did not hear that.
They said they don't know where he at.
Yeah.
But they gave the report saying he's fine. Ain't nothing happened to him and all that. But they said they hit that command center. Like, whatever them Russians got going on with them satellites, they on a whole nother level with that targeting now. They ain't just firing missiles into them cities. They hit I think yesterday or the day before, they hit their one of their main military strategic zones that was underneath a residential building.
Yeah.
And they said that they only got word that morning, meaning the soldiers only got word that morning that they was meeting there. And that morning, the Iranians hit them.
Good night.
Which means they getting mad targeting from them Russians. Remember the Russians came in and said, we're gonna help Iran target with those missiles.
Right.
You know, man. Hey, shalom, mighty man. Zaki in here with us.
Shalom, General. Like coming in late, sir. You should make a thumb.
Bro. Like they said, once that's there it is. They hit his offer. And is it true they killed his brother?
That's why I'm trying to find the news on Zoom. But I've seen a lot of these pictures. They say his office, his where he was hit.
Right.
I'm trying to get the report on it right now.
Like them Russians, boy. They got something in their game. I don't understand what the U.S. problem is.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been playing with how to put it, the type of war games they've been on, or the war they've been fighting. It wasn't really no adversary. Ain't no adversary. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had, top of the line when you fighting men who coming out a hole and hitting you. So but now they're fighting men who could, shoot a rocket back at them and hit. Is a whole, you hear them Iranians talk, so it's like they relax. They're like they already. You could tell these people go in it for the long game. They've been preparing, because they talk them now. They said at first to say they might have at least 80,000 of the drones. Now they're saying they don't have a count. They might not have a accurate count. It might be way more than that. Which means these people are preparing to go to war with the white man for a very long time.
Yeah.
They know it was coming.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go ahead,
I know if you heard also too, America went and take the THAAD
right
South Korea.
Oh yeah,
to the middle, to bring it to the middle. And them South Koreans is sour as a lime. They're sour.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so which means
that's crazy.
Joint game depleted.
Not only that, it leaves South Korea wide open to attack by North Korea.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean? Like they starting to hey, shalom, Cap. Yabashukata.
Shalom, General Yahanna.
Good to see you, warrior.
Yes, sir. Likewise, sir.
Did you make it down to Houston all right?
No, I'll be leaving. I'll be leaving tomorrow evening.
Oh, okay. Most High Christ.
Come
on. Wow.
And that gonna cause them to now complain to America like how it was with Saudi Arabia, because if they're wide open and they ain't getting protected no more, then they're gonna start to act like America had to come in there. Same thing like how Saudi Arabia doing, which is gonna get them more. They're gonna be under more pressure.
And like you said, like Nine Doc was bringing out, that's crazy.
Yeah,
they actually took it. That's it right there, right? 2026, the U.S. withdrawing key missile defense systems, specifically Patriot interceptors, and component of the Terminal High Altitude Air Defense, or THAAD system, from South Korea to the Middle East to replenish stocks used in the war against Iran. This redeployment has raised concerns regarding South Korea's defense. Damn, and readiness. That is insane. I don't know if the U.S. trying to deplete its stockpiles, but it ain't looking good.
And we was all wondering when Russia was going to do something. And it looked like, you know, man, he decided he's ready to do something. And damn, he getting them good.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, you know, they're getting hit good too, because the oppressor, you know what I mean, like the news, why look at this, like, you know what I mean, I look at what he hitting oil, he started hitting oil refineries, he started hitting water plants, which means them Iranians hitting them good. You understand? They're trying to do the same thing they do to Gaza by putting pressure on the population. You know what I mean? Which is the total, you know what I mean? What they're doing is war crimes on top of war crimes. You know what I mean? And that's why Donald Trump doesn't want to take ownership for the Tomahawk missile that killed them 186 children.
Yeah. You trying to say, you know, many people got it over there.
Yeah.
But he know good and well ain't nobody fired on Iran first. That was the first hit.
Yep.
And blew up them kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Salaki General, if I may too, sir.
Please,
Kawakan, sir. And a lot of these right-wing former Trump supporters, the Candace Owens. Salaki, they might still be General Salaki.
No, I mean you hipping me to something. They done bounced back, huh? Go ahead.
Because a lot of them are coming out, and they are, you know, at least they are playing us, General, but publicly they are saying Trump bamboozled us. Trump lied to us, and Trump did not stand for what he claimed to stand for and what we elected him for. And it's a major firestorm on that whole right-wing side right now with Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes came out and said, he was like, the Republicans got to fill our wrath. He was like, in the midterms, he said, they just vote Democrat. He was like, the only way they can respect our vote is if we don't give them our vote. So it's a lot of mixture going on and turmoil within that whole right-wing side, where some of them are trying to hold on and like, you got to understand, we got to ride with our president. But the majority of them are coming out and saying what you and us in the UPK say have been, we already knew. Donald Trump is a devil, and he does not give a damn about America or you stupid white people that voted for him. So like,
you're right. Like they mad. Like them Edomites feel played. You know what I mean? First of all, killing them Edomites out there in the Midwest pissed them Edomites off. You know what I mean? Like all that brutality and dragging and all that they seen going on, that pissed them off. Then when the Epstein file came out, I mean, you know what I mean? What could you say? They had body parts. I mean, there's so much in them Epstein files out. They ain't even, like the war done distracted from it, but it's plenty more up in them, and they ain't even let the second half out. And both halves I heard ain't but 1%.
General.
Go ahead, Salaki, not that.
Nah, Salaki. So just to add to the Epstein file, I don't know if you all heard a story came out with Donald Trump and a 13-year-old, where the FBI interviewed the 13-year-old at least 4 times.
Right.
And you know what I mean, and the story is he, you know what I mean, he was in the room, sent everybody outside. And apparently he wanted, you know what I mean, this 13-year-old to, you know what I mean, do something. And she, you know what I mean, bite down, he punched her in the head and tell her get out of the room. But that is not making mainstream media. You know,
no, they hiding that because really they're gonna have to get rid of the FBI too.
God, Salaki, if I could.
Go ahead.
If I could, General, they said Thomas Massey found the Alexander brothers in the Epstein files. Okay,
who's the Alexander brother?
Okay, these men, they just were convicted of sex trafficking.
Come on, man.
So now the DOJ redacted their name in the file. Cash Patel said it was no sex trafficking evidence in the file. All three of the brothers just got convicted.
Damn.
Just now. They got convicted this week. So it's starting to where there's smoke, there's fire. And they say, okay, their name is in the file. How they coming up on fresh charges of this? That means the game never stopped.
Yeah.
The game never stopped. It's a mess. Like what's going on in the dark. Donald Trump must have some type of intelligence clearance, because there's no way he could get away with all of this, even with his money.
Yeah,
you don't get away with all of this unless you got some type of intelligence apparatus that you working under. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised at it, because look how close he worked with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, how is Jeffrey Epstein going to be a super spy from the damn 80s, 70s? And you and him to work together for decades, raping and trafficking kids, and you ain't got no part in them files. I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I strongly doubt it. So these are the three cats right here.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, sir.
Rotten bastards. And they were straight up trafficking women.
Yes, sir. I think they were in real estate. They were like some high-powered real estate cats. But then they names were redacted.
Right, which is another thing people been beefing about.
Yes,
they redacting the damn predators and letting the victims' names out to try to trash them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like they showing even the megas, they showing them that this shit is unsustainable, because there is no, accountability.
Yeah.
They up there in power doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Trump better get this thing right, because the way they talking is like this might be it for America in the Middle East.
Yeah.
They might get set back ridiculously if they don't drop that nuke on.
That's
y'all gotta let me. Yeah, y'all gotta let me read this, man. Cause Doc, please pull Ezekiel 7. Hold on.
Come on.
Oh boy, it's three good ones. But let's do 19 and 20. How about that?
Come on, sir. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets.
They're going to cast their silver in the street. They're going to try to use this money out to try to get back out of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it. About a second, all them government programs, all that austerity bullshit they was trying to do, it's about to get totally reversed. These gas prices go up another notch. He going to be cutting checks like he did in his first term.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to be cutting checks, signing off on stuff, giving a pass, all that. You know what I mean? Tips money. Remember, I think he said that they'll no longer tax the tips.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
He get ready to chill on all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Kawakan. And their gold shall be removed.
They're going, meaning their gold gonna be removed. Meaning you about to see this stock market go down. If it don't go down on this round, it will go down. Right. Either the next round or whenever it's time. Is that the stock market? The gold is going down. Go ahead.
Kawakan. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord.
See, they rich now. Powerful, own multi-corporations, wealth coming across everywhere. That money and power fooled them into believing that they was untouchable.
Yeah.
Fooled them into believing we ain't the Department of Defense no more. We the Department of War. Want to go back to the fantasy days of the Roman Empire.
Right.
The Lord turned around and said, damn that. You know what I mean? This silver and gold ain't gonna deliver you in this day.
That's right.
And it is not delivering them in this day, brother.
That's right.
Like they got to get that shit together. Go ahead.
Kawakan, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels.
Meaning they ain't gonna get the things that they seeking to get. Their soul ain't gonna be satisfied.
Right.
They want to conquer every damn thing on the earth. But this was promised to us to be led to the Third World War.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is going to be led to the glittering spear. Go ahead.
Kawakan, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Damn, which is heavy. The Lord said it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Like their love for this gold and this wealth that they want, it's going to get shut down because it's the stumbling block, man, of their wickedness. Like you had us in slavery all these years. And didn't even consider anything. And if I could, white people are dumb in this respect. Like white people ain't realize that treating black people bad and passing laws for blacks and Latinos to get further brutalized open the door for the rich to use them laws to brutalize them.
Right.
Like they went border, get these Mexicans out of here. Donald Trump said, no problem. Put the ICE agents on the street, and white people got treated like shit.
That's right.
That's what they called for. They hated the Mexicans so much they died on the streets. Hated the Mexicans so much they businesses and ranches and the very things that were in their families for generations. Because of the Mexicans, they lost it all. What a dumbass. Because the anger and the hatred they have for everybody else made them pass laws that were able to be used against them later on.
That's right.
It was ridiculous, man. And so now they stuck. And the Lord said it's like a curse of their iniquity. Was that the end of 20?
No, we didn't get to 20 yet, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. As for the beauty of his ornament, he said it in majesty.
Right. He said America's like in majesty. Look at our weapons. Look at our power. Look at how rich we are. Look at Trump Towers. Look at all Mar-a-Lago. He went and put all the gold all in the White House. Built the new wing and all that. He said it in majesty. Go ahead.
Kawakan. But they made the images of their abominations and of their detestable things therein.
Right. They made the images of the abominable things and detestable things. All their movies, all their paintings, all of that was for evil means.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Therefore have I set it far from them.
Right. Therefore he pushed it far away from them, man. And that was it?
That's it, sir.
Gone for water. Like this thing is bad out there now.
Yes, sir.
And falling so in line with them scripts. I yield to water.
And General, just to add to what you're saying too, sir. That's right.
Yeah, bro.
Just to add to what you're saying too. You know, I don't know if you all heard, but Pam Bundy had to leave her apartment and go to some army location in DC.
Damn, I knew you was gonna say a military base.
Yes, sir. That's it.
I knew you was gonna say that. So they saying they targeting them.
Well, she gained threats.
Yeah, and she's the one that was the head of Homeland Security. You got a picture of her, shot? If you do, bring in. Did somebody else join us? Who's that down there?
Hey, Sean Shupata, sir.
Hey, what's going on, buddy, man?
I'm too off, sir.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So Christy Nomis is the Homeland Security.
Okay, who's Pam? Which one is Pam Bondi?
He's the Attorney General.
They all sound like, Barbie. Barbie Boo Boo. See ya, man.
Yep, Carson.
They said, you remember the movie, the tapes that the cat used to put out, Girls Gone Wild? That's how all them broads look.
Yes, sir.
All of them look like the girls gone wild. You know what I mean?
That's their audition, sir. That was their auditioning role right there. So.
So which one is this? This isn't. Who is she?
This is this one here, sir.
Oh, okay, she the one went before the Senate and got nasty with her.
Yeah, that's her.
And making her pay, huh? So she okay. So she just had to move because she getting threats. But why her? Why are they threatening her? Because of that, or read on if you don't mind, Salakia. Because it'd be interesting to know why they threatening her.
It says Pam Bondi facing cartel threats. Move to military base for safety.
Cartel threats? What does she have to do with cartels?
Because like if you are worried, if you all could pull a story with it, because I don't have this on the list.
And what's her position again?
She's the attorney general.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's the attorney general.
She's the attorney general. Maybe she's prosecuting her.
Also, they could be ramping up to invade Mexico because you remember the whole thing with Nancy Guthrie. If you notice, that shit is out the news now. They don't know if that bitch
right
or in space.
Wow, they never found her, right?
Yeah, they ain't saying they never found her, but the daughter, the one who's the newscaster, came out and said the family has accepted that we may never see her again.
Damn, they told her to shut the hell up.
Yeah, but the last set of stuff was that somebody in Mexico had seen her and was giving them information. So this could be them, probable cause to go into Mexico.
I got you.
Lock up to lock down the whole zone. They
I got you.
Now they're gonna go Mexico. Now they'll have the whole 360 on the Western Hemisphere. This could be that. This could be
Brother,
that.
This is crazy because they went into Ecuador already just recently.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it was so hush hush. They barely mentioned it.
So lock.
Go ahead,
Kush, and it's crazy because a lot of people starting to come up missing as far as like high ranking people because the retired Air Force Major General he went missing for 2 weeks. The FBI is looking for him now. You know what I'm saying? He's a retired Major General in the Air Force, and he's been missing for 2 weeks. So it's getting real, and they said this cat here. He was commanding, like he was dealing with like stuff with space and stuff like that, like UFOs or what they consider like space, space frontier. This cat missing.
Damn.
Let me see if I can find his name.
They probably knocked him off too.
Neil McCaslin.
Yeah,
Neil McCaslin. See if you find a picture of him, man.
Yeah, come on. So I have him right here.
There you go.
The silver alert. Salaki.
Damn. How the hell he go missing?
Good night.
Man.
I got the story too on this Pam Bondi, sir.
Okay, hold on a second. Was that Nebraska, Mashak?
Oh, Salaki. This is Bernalillo County. I'm trying to see exactly where it is.
He might be
coming to you now, like that's crazy.
Let me pull another image of him, so I could probably find where he at.
That's crazy.
That's
So he's missing also. So they really, I know they moved a lot of people to the military bases. And correct me if I'm wrong, the FBI also issued a warning that the Iranians might hit in California.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Crazy.
So like I'm looking for. They said we ain't seen the president in the last 48 hours, and something gonna happen when they can't contact him. I'm waiting for that day.
That happened. I mean, he done went in the bunker now. It's on now.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They might be a little scared of Rocket Man over there. You know, Rocket Man watching this bullshit.
Yeah.
And he don't give a damn about all them North Koreans. He has sacrificed the whole lot.
Right.
He has saved the Hennessy and let the whole crew go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, this is something. So these people, yeah, go ahead, Slaki.
No, just saying the missing general. He lived in New Mexico.
Okay.
They say he left his home. He left his home one day, and that was it.
And
so it could really, what you say. Yeah, it could well be what you saying, where they don't get the text or the call, or the yellow bird show up, and they know exactly where to go and drive because the ship is down.
Right. A major general like that. That cat knows stuff, man, that's on the highest levels. You know about stuff out that they ain't talked about since the 50s.
Right.
Go ahead, because
you know where
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, sir. So like,
no, go ahead, Con. Go ahead.
He probably know where all them silos at and everything. He probably got, them cats like that. They've been around like that. They know a lot. They know a lot. A lot of these new cats coming, they don't know what they know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I won't come.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Ooh. Go ahead, Kazak.
Kawakan, sir.
Man, you got Q up in there. Big shout out to General Q.
Shalom,
Q, you know you can join us if you want. I don't know if your system up. But go ahead, Kazak. I'm sorry.
No sweat, sir. No sweat. Bondi moved to heavily guarded military base amid cartel threats. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi has reportedly been relocated to heavily guarded quarters on a military base in the Washington, D.C. area after receiving threats from drug cartels and individuals upset over her handling of the files related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Her handling of the files? Right. I'm lost. Why would the cartels come after her based on her handling of the files?
So they saying the cartel, as they said, this part right here, sir. Bondi reportedly began receiving threats in the wake of the Trump administration's capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in January.
Oh, okay. So now they trying to say that Maduro was running the cartels, and now the cartels are pissed off that she's in charge of prosecuting him, I assume.
Come on, sir.
No,
okay. Now it makes a little more sense. Go ahead,
General, but if that's true, then they take her out of the frying pan into the fire, because the military is upset with the whole thing. They're upset with going to war. They're upset with the Epstein. They probably put her in more harm's way now, because they're military, all the defectors, everybody who ever had an issue, who had a cause. Have the Attorney General there. Where's she at? Like I don't know if they trust in their soldiers that much, but for how they treat them. Remember, Hegseth just embarrassed every military general.
It pissed them all off. More than likely, they got her hidden on that base. You could best believe that, wherever she at, it's not visible. You know what I mean? They brought her in some vehicle with blacked out windows, suitcases in the back, drove into some garage or hangar or something.
Right.
And that was the last you saw of her. Either took her up out of there on a chopper or on a plane, slid her to another base, brought her in quietly. And that's the last you're going to see and hear from her until she's ready to come out.
Right.
Which, all of this stuff that they creating is really going to change the face of America. Anytime you got top White House officials having to be taken to military bases, that's unprecedented.
That's right, sir.
You know what I mean? The Attorney General in the United States was always above any kind of attack unless it's just a ruse. Like they was always like the Attorney General in the United States never had to worry about, I'm sure he got, minor threats or whatever, but I'm sure he never said I better pack up and go to a military base unless I'm just unaware of what goes on. But I've never heard of them having to do that to the Attorney General. Nah, man, that's like what they do in Colombia and places like that.
Right.
They threaten judges and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it starts to sound like that cartel leader that they killed in Mexico that blew up his house is starting to sound like he might have been tied to Maduro in the whole situation. And they feeling like, and that's another thing too, man, about the mystique of America is fading. Like people are not. It was a time when you if they blew up your cartel leader, that he ain't just blew up your cartel leader. But now they're a lot like they're getting very froggy. They're getting very like, yo, we could come up against them. They made a movie about it. I forget the name of that movie. Clear and Present Danger. Remember that movie?
Come.
They made that movie where they bombed the cartels and took the money, and the cartels somehow got caught up into them. They sent the American troops in there. Like this is like art imitating life, or rather life imitating art at this point, where it's starting to begin to look like the art is trying to catch up. Because what it sounded like is people are not afraid to threaten and attack the United States, and with good reason, because Captain of the Idiots is in charge.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You put a dumbass in charge and people start to think we could just, we could do something here. They might be dead wrong about it, but you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna feel no kind of way. They watching everything. Everybody is seeing everything all over the world. Them Epstein files is front and center with everybody.
Right.
Even Iran, even the Iranians were talking about it. When they was interviewing the Iranians, and the Iranians were talking about whether or not, how the war was going to go. And they were like, listen, this guy, he got caught eating people. These are cannibals.
Damn.
You know what I mean? They were saying it in their language, but the translator was translating it like, these people are cannibals, man, and they rape babies and blah, 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 blah. We can't just, let them do what they want. And they came out with that, man, and it was ridiculous. I yield, Salakia.
Come. So I'm looking for that video with them talking.
Yeah,
about
you might be able to find it. Then after that, we should go ahead and hit the story. Because it's nothing but good news. I mean, I don't want to say good news, but it's nothing but news coming out of that Middle East now.
Come.
They're doing their best to hold up that Wall Street.
Right. Yeah, I have one here. So if you want it,
please.
They're likening the whole bombing of the school to Epstein Island.
Dang. Wait a minute, the Iranians are?
Yeah, they're saying.
We gotta see that.
Yeah, they're making a comparison to Epstein.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me know if y'all could hear the volume.
Loud, sir.
Okay, hold up 1 second.
Certainly during the nation's
How about now?
Yep.
Okay.
And all countries, certainly during the nation's difficult times, we are very popular. Everything is under control, and domestically, we have no particular problem. Attacks continue solely due to the shared interests of the Zionist regime and the Americans. The miscalculation of our enemies was that they believed if our leaders were martyred, the system would completely crumble, the nation would fall apart, disintegrate, and ultimately collapse. It's been announced that a new leader will be declared by next week. Based on our figures, over 800 people have been martyred so far.
The Zionist regime, you yourselves know that they are severely concealing the true number of their casualties.
In an operation which was carried out just yesterday, one of the American military installations that was manned by 160 troops was subjected to an assault. Around 40 individuals were reported killed. You must be following the news from the media outlets. As I mentioned to you, we were able to attack approximately more than 27 American military outposts in the region with our own cruise missiles and our own hypersonic missiles. One of the things that used to happen on this island was that children, especially young girls who had been brought there from various places, were sacrificed for the spirits of demons. They were brutally murdered. They would subject them to sexual assault, and then they would proceed to murder them. This robot is a member of Russia's Red Group, and what they truly believe, what they are absolutely convinced of, is that for the sake of their own future, for the achievement of their success, and for the advancement of their work, it is absolutely essential that a significant number of children be sacrificed. And I think that
the Zionist regime of Israel.
So that's what he's saying there. He's saying that the significant number of children that sacrifice is the young girls in the school, and as it's just
man.
He
was saying, remember, this is what went on that island.
On that island, and like since they can't do it again, this is what they'll do.
They'll bomb them instead.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow, that's a hell of an accusation. And man, I can see how he could come to that.
Right.
Because of course, once again, you open the Epstein file, you're gonna relook at these people on a whole different level. You can be looking at them sideways you know what I'm saying? And so of course, they probably said, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is the same thing, which, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna have to explain why one of the first missile attacks was to kill all these young girls in a school.
Yep.
Like we got a lot to learn about the small hats, way more than I thought we did. You know, we used to joke about them being, sacrificing and doing all kinds of stuff, but it's more to this Talmudic life that they live that we not up on, man. We were looking at the Arabs and looking at Muhammad for having a young girl and all that. These people here is going all the way left with theirs out. And let me tell you something, Mark. When I was over there in Israel, they had a lot of weird temples that were like Jewish temples, but not Messianic. You know what I mean? Like mystery type temples with these light blue doors. They had a few of them around the city. And I mean, we asked about them and they tried to explain it to us, but we were like oh, well, nah, we good, we cool. Because it was so weird. And I look back now, I wonder about them schools and them temples because they were off the main, religion. It's crazy, man. Salakia. How you? That's crazy.
I got the Salakia. It's then I feel we had to develop the technology to just pull the images out of your mind, because they're all on Google. Everything you're talking about, you could find the damn thing right there.
Right. We gotta run a program. We gotta run a program like there it is. I saw that in person.
Okay.
Now, do they describe that? Do they say what this temple is, Mashak?
Okay, no, the caption underneath it says, check out 15 of the coolest doors in Israel. So they I guess they're trying to market it like it's a wonder. It's a,
right.
Wonder in the landscape as you go there to tour. You know what I mean? Let me see if I find more. I don't know if there's more.
So lock it, Cap.
Please.
I could. That door remind me of that series Game of Thrones when that girl went to see the many-faced God. When she went to see the many-faced God, it looked just like one of them doors. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Salakia.
It probably is. because that's what it was like. See if you can look up. See, there go another one.
Right, and the Israeli flag is right over it. So if anybody thinks this is not Israel, that's the flag.
And you see how there ain't no sign in front of them.
Right.
Is dead bolted shut. Is saying don't come here. This private. Now remember, before all of this war and all this happened in Israel, and that's the old city. You go in the old city, it's thousands upon thousands of people there coming, like during so-called Easter to worship all their Christianity, all the Jesus, the whole walk, and temples all over that place. At least it was. I don't know if it is now because I hear they trying to get rid of Christianity over there. But I mean,
General, so
what is going on? Come on, don't tell me you found it, shot.
Okay,
I got that right here, sir.
There's a description here, sir.
Come on. I'm telling you, man. Like you go down the rabbit hole with these small hats, you got to find something that's insane. Go ahead and read it, because I then come back to yours.
Jewish temples and synagogues with light blue doors, especially common in Safed, Israel, use the color to symbolize heaven, divinity, and to ward off the evil eye in Sephardic tradition.
See that? That's already a little weirdo stuff. Go ahead.
Kawakan. These iconic, often historic, blue painted doors are a staple of Jewish mysticism.
Of what?
Of Jewish mysticism.
You know you gotta look that up next. Go ahead.
Kawakan. Reflecting the spiritual, ancient atmosphere of the city.
See that? There's something going on behind that door. It is unholy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got more?
Kawakan. Safed, Israel. The old city is famous for its narrow alleys filled with synagogues and homes featuring sky blue doors and window frames representing a connection to the divine.
Something ain't kosher in there, brother.
Yeah. If I could,
yes, man. Go ahead.
And it's crazy because it's crazy how they got invisible lines and like when you deal with these heathens, because like even in them upper echelon neighborhoods, like you'd be like, okay, the house of one color, but then the doors would be a totally different color. Like there'd be red doors. It'd be I'm talking about the big ones, the double doors.
Yeah.
Like why? Okay, the house is this. But why is it bright red or why is it sky blue? Now it's starting it started to make me look at architecture a whole lot different when you deal with them where they live at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they congregate, because it's symbolism in everything they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know about Salaki.
Go ahead.
Salaki, General.
Go ahead, Kazak.
Kawakan. So now I had looked up Jewish mysticism, sir, like you had said.
Okay.
Kawakan, sir. It says Jewish mysticism, primarily known as Kabbalah, is an ancient, diverse tradition focused on understanding the divine essence, the nature of creation, and achieving intimacy with God. Did
he say intimacy with God?
Yeah, it's a wrap. That's a wrap there. So that's it. That's a wrap. You could cut it right there.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on, give me some more.
Kawakan. It explores the 10 Sephiroth, divine attributes, using texts like the Zohar to interpret the Torah through a mystical lens.
Damn. Brother, that right there. I mean, come on. You gonna interpret the Torah through a mystical lens? Go ahead.
So like if I could, sir, if I could just say one thing, and the scriptures say that the Bible is of no private interpretation.
That's what it says.
They say that in the scripture.
Right.
So how is mystic interpretation?
Right.
Go ahead.
General, So like if I could too, like how in our law, where that Deuteronomy 23:17, where it said there shall be no whore or sodomites of the sons and daughters of Israel. In the Hebrew, that's the temple prostitutes, like where the Roman Catholics get the acolytes from. The Greeks had the Igogi. So who knows if this mysticism to connect with the Lord, you need to be pure and innocent. So you had to get this pure and innocent child, which is that whole Epstein thing, because Epstein Island had the big blue
yes,
door.
It did. They had the blue temple. You got with the 2 blue doors.
It's exactly the same. Salaki, that was it. Salaki.
Damn, get a picture of Epstein Island temple, huh? Damn. That don't tell me they behind them doors. I passed them doors out. I spoke to one of them with the door open. We talked to one of them that tried to explain that bullshit to us. And we was like, what? Nah, we cool. We just was like, it was so many religions over there. We just moved on like it was just another one. But I see that might have been the religion of eating, because it got to be something religious with eating them babies.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Somebody, let's take and see if we can get a picture, Mashak, of the temple on the island and see if it's got the same blue doors.
These doors here, they look like glass from the other images, but it has some kind of blue hue on them.
Okay.
Blue hue on them.
I see that there. Something about that is not right. And what is that gold statue at the top?
Come on.
Like whatever went on in there, brother, it was demonic.
Yeah.
But I heard they could lock this from the outside. The locks on this was from the outside, not from the inside. So you could get locked in it.
Wow.
That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I think this is the side of the temple, though. This ain't the front.
Okay, let me see if I find
the front. I think has wooden doors. Those are like windows in the middle and the back.
1 second, so let me see if I pull up.
If you could get it. Like it's some weird shit. Even them red lines in the front. You see them red lines? And what are all those little things on the ground? Look like different candles and all that. Sawap, y'all up in here with us. Shalom, Sawap. Yabashu Shabakata.
Yes, he in it too, sir.
Sab G as well?
Come, sir. He's on too.
Come, shalom, sir. Yabashu
Yabashu Shabakata. What's going on, mighty man? How y'all doing?
Good to go.
That's what's up. Come on, y'all got to get some of this here, man. This temple here.
And it's like if I could.
Go ahead.
Going back to what they were saying, like they had some on the highway where people was protesting against this whole thing, and in conjunction with the war and Epstein, and they had signs on the highway that said you can't cover up sex crimes with war crimes.
Damn.
Like it's going like the public. I mean, it's really
they ain't sleep on it no more.
They not sleep on it, sir. It's to the point now where it's everywhere you go, it's like an outcry. If you doing a road trip in this country, like you gonna see something. You gonna see it on the highway, graffiti, on the train.
Yep.
Everywhere. So like the subway, everywhere.
Yep.
Where the files, everything. So like.
Now he didn't have the dome on it at the time, but you see that big ass latch on the front of that door? You can't get out of there.
Let me get a closer one for you, sir. Salaki.
If I could, sir.
Please,
Salaki, sir, if I could. It's amazing to me that the evilest places on earth, they always have a temple there. You have to have a temple because you have to be worshiping some evil god that inspires you to do such evil. I mean, even in the movies, every evil movie I've seen, there's a temple there.
Right.
So, like it, General, if I may, too.
Please,
Kawaka, and just to piggyback on what Officer Williams said, I think it's a direct the UPK been saying this. There's a direct correlation between all of these temples, these churches, and the Black and Hispanic community, and all the evil going on in our community. And General, I remember I was in a world and I seen the tape of you in DC, and you said you want to fix the Black community overnight. You shut down the churches. And that was mind blowing because I never put 2 and 2 together that this is directly correlated to the problems. Like we have looked at every other thing to blame, including ourselves, except these temples, except these churches.
I mean, I remember living in Harlem, right? I was living in Harlem, and Tawada for that too. That was a hell of a step to make that statement. You know what I mean? But I remember living in Harlem, right? And when I was living in Harlem, Harlem was absolute hell. Crack was big. It was out on the streets. Prostitutes was walking up and down the neighborhoods all night. Drugs being sold everywhere, shootouts, people going to jail, all that, right? Now about let me see, about one block up and one block over was a huge Catholic church. And because there wasn't that many black people that were Catholic, this church, this giant church, sat here, pretty much unattended most of the time. I'm not sure about Sunday. I think maybe Sundays when they had people in there, but it was not a popular church. But brother, that church was immaculate all the time. That church never got touched, harmed, broke into, a glass broken, nothing. That church sat there in perfection throughout the utter madness that went on in Harlem.
Right.
No trash was thrown at it. No trash was even dropped in front of it. People was passing that thing going, doing this shit all damn night. But nobody desecrated it in any kind of way. And I always used to look over at it and say, damn, this place nobody messes with. Meanwhile, everywhere else is trash and broken cars and filth and all kind of madness going on. But you walk past this building, it's almost like it got quiet all of a sudden. It was crazy how they had it. But that was the mystique of that damn religion on our people.
Right.
Like we had so much respect for it, like you bring it out, that we wouldn't even breathe on that damn place. Meanwhile, those things were the ones that was, harming us the most. And something else, if I could add, y'all, that a lot of people may not be aware of. A lot of people don't realize that just like corporations infiltrate other corporations to make money and overthrow their secrets, well, these religions do the same thing. You mean that the Catholic Church has a section called the Jesuit priests, but you never see them. You never see them. You never see them in any services or none of that, because the Jesuits are like their CIA. They said them Jesuits carried out tons of killings in Central and South America. Them Jesuits is that arm that they call on when they got to get some dirty shit done. Them Jesuit priests, and they infiltrate other organizations, especially the Catholic Church. They say them Jesuits, the Christian church. A lot of black churches don't know they've been infiltrated by black Jesuit priests. And them Jesuit priests sitting over those churches and all that. You know who was one of them? Oh man, the black guy that was, I think he was mayor of Maryland at one time. You know who I'm talking about? It's a black dude. I want to say he was. Say again.
How long ago, sir?
We going back a little ways. Let me think. Maybe about 10 years ago. I forget his name, man. But anyway, he admitted that he was a Jesuit, and people were shocked. He was on some talk show host. He was on some talk show, one of them old girl talk shows, The View or one of them. And they were talking to him, and he said, yes, I came up in the Catholic Church, and yes, I became a Jesuit. And when he said I became a Jesuit, I said, well, that makes sense. He ran for public office and was in the Christian church.
It's the governor of Maryland, the one who is the governor right now, Wes Morrison.
Wait a minute, there's a black governor right now?
Yeah, the governor of Maryland right now is a brother. His name is Wes Moore. And
okay. And is he saying he is a Jesuit?
Yeah, he said, okay, let me get the
Brother, that's incredible. That means they've been running Baltimore for at least a decade. This in here?
Kind of one concert.
Like you see that? Now, I bet you he going to church every Sunday. And not no Catholic church. He probably sitting up in one of them Christian churches every Sunday. We look at his black face and think this is somebody black. When this cat here is totally brainwashed into the world of Esau under them Jesuit priests. And maybe a full-fledged sodomite. Go ahead, somebody else jumping in?
So if I could just jump in there, I had put out a couple videos. This was like maybe about a month ago.
Okay.
I came across a video on YouTube with this Edomite. He used to be a Protestant missionary, right? And he put out a there's a thing called not Reddit. It's called Substack, where journalists who don't really work for newspapers, they put their work up on Substack. It's kind of like a
like Patreon.
Yes, it's like Patreon, but for writers.
Gotcha.
So on his Substack, he put out what he called an expose on how the evangelical church has been running a psyop in South America for the last 40 years. That evangelical Christianity is a psyop from the CIA. And in this Substack, he laid out how back in the 60s and the 70s, the Catholic Church was very heavy in South America. And as they were encountering these different tribes down there in South America, they were teaching them a form of Christianity that was anti-capitalism, meaning it was about how Jesus was loved the poor and was in tune with the poor and was against materialism and was against, the state coming and taking people's land, and how you should stand up against oppressive governments and stand up against people who try to come take your land and take the things that belong to you, right? They said that the Nixon administration, Nixon put out a report saying that the most dangerous thing in the way of the empire at that time was radical Catholicism in Central and South America. They put together a program to support evangelical Christian missionaries to go down there and to teach them a Christianity that would pacify them and would tell those people in Central and South America to have a love of God that made them say, if the government come and take our land, we shouldn't fight against the government. We should just put our trust in God and pray and hope that God will give us a land like he gave the rich landowners.
That's crazy.
Not going to work on this job, but we not getting paid no money, and we got to get, we poor and starving. We should pray that God would bless us with a good job to give us some money to go and, be able to buy the things that we like. And he laid out in detail in this report, this expose, how over the years, the community became centered around this evangelical pastor who taught the people about materialism and about having the nice things that people in society had, and how they were able to convert these people living out there in nature and not in the wild, but living there in their community, how they got them to erase their culture and erase their way of life and erase their values of living and to come over to the capitalist, democratic side of things, and how that was the gateway to America and these corporations being able to take over vast, portions of land in Central and South America, displacing people off their land, putting them in concentration camps, and basically stealing all of their resources from them because they taught them that it was loving, it was, God-like and Jesus-like to submit yourself to the state and let them take all of your land and just pray and ask God to give you what you desire. Now, what I read in that is this is what happened in the Black and Hispanic community in America over the last 40 years.
Absolutely.
While this devil is laying out what happened in South America and how he was a part of the missionaries going down there and teaching this stuff, I'm seeing how they use the Black church to teach us how to be materialistic. They use the pastor with his $7,400 Versace jacket on Sunday to teach the women and the people in the church that God ain't blessing you if you ain't riding in the Rolls Royce. God ain't blessing you if you ain't wearing the Versace and the Louis Vuitton and all of these designer names. That comes from the church. The people who have the most influence on us are the ones that's telling us to go vote. They're the ones that's telling us to put our trust in Donald Trump, put our trust in Kamala Harris. Right now, there's a whole demographic of Black people on the internet saying this is what y'all get for not voting. Because y'all didn't vote, we got Donald Trump, and then there's a war in the Middle East, as if things would have been different if Kamala Harris got elected.
Right.
as if things was any different under Barack Obama or under Joe Biden. This whole thing, they refuse because of the lies of Christianity, because of the indoctrination, because of the psyop of this evangelical Christianity. We have a belief that if we just pray and hope in God and continue to support the state or support the government, that something good is going to happen to us, when the truth that the Lord has been putting out since 1969 in the ISUPK is that the only way the Lord is going to bless us is if we separate from these people and come back to doing what the Lord said to do. Come back to being a people he called us to be, and to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. But there's a psychological operation that's been at work against us for the last 40, 50 years to teach us to love the white man, to accept poverty, accept having our resources stripped from us, you know what I'm saying, accept the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and just put your hope and trust in Jesus, and one day things will change. And that is not the case. Salaki. I yield. So I just wanted to bring that up.
And let me tell you, like that they infiltrate each other's religions and push their propaganda on one another. And of course, we definitely caught up in the middle of it. Damn right. We caught up in the middle of it, but these religions, are spreading all kind of evil all over the earth. You know what I mean? To bring it back to what we was talking about. So that's crazy. Go ahead, Michelle.
Wes Moore is not the guy. Salaki, that was an error.
Oh, okay.
There was one before who was a governor, Martin O'Malley, but he's a devil, and he admits to being to learning about the Jesuits in high school and adopting some of their philosophies.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like they probably been running Maryland out for decades.
Come.
You know what I mean? It might even be designated to them. You know what I mean? Them Catholics selling all this dope and everything in Baltimore.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So who knows? All right, Michelle, let's get to this latest war talk.
Come, sir.
What's going down? Did I cut somebody off? Was somebody about to jump in?
Nah, so I was just gonna say one last thing on what we was bringing out, sir. Just that the way we seeing America and Iran at war, with Israel and Iran at war, and there's a proxy war, right? There's conversations in the background about Russia and China helping Iran to be able to map out American positions and know where their strategic forces are, and
ain't in the background no more.
It's coming out, but it's the same way that proxy wars have been fought before. That's what happened in the Black and Hispanic community. It's like a proxy war between Catholicism and Protestant Christianity and Judaism and Islam, all of it serving the purpose of dividing us so that we could be conquered and we could be destroyed, the same way the Lord warned us against in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But we in a time now, Lord allow, where the truth is going to be the thing that unites us and brings us back under Christ, and it's definitely needed in this time, sir. Salaki, I yield.
Yeah. Damn right.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to start off with with like the headlines with Iran telling all them neighboring places.
Yeah, please let's bring it.
Yeah, if somebody could pull that story, please. The one with Iran saying, comply and they'll get passage in the Straits of Hormuz,
which is crazy.
You could pull it off of Google, I think.
And that was, and in the meantime, that was a good point Saka brought up about how so many ways they infiltrated us. So many ways they use all of these different, so much has been done to us as a people. In every one of these churches, these denominations, all of it. And why is it? It's awfully strange that Black homosexuality explodes among our people through church.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like somebody was infiltrating, poisoning the rest of our people, with that idea and pushing that idea. And listen, I'm convinced, I'm going to look into it. I'm convinced that they are using some form of electronic warfare on our young brothers and sisters that is turning our brothers to be gay. because they coming out gay. I know that sounds crazy and conspiratorial, but shit, so many things we thought was conspiratorial was not. Because I found some stuff out that related to ancient Egypt that was very out there in the left. And I'm gonna develop it and bring it out, let everybody check it out. But these people are doing massive evil against us. You know what I mean? All that electronic warfare, that Havana syndrome, them tools they use to get them Iraqis to come up out them holes and surrender, all of that stuff, they're doing something to our young brothers and sisters because they are literally damn near out of their mind. They're literally losing their mind just in the last 5 to 10 years and trying their best to cope with this society. The suicide rate is through the roof. The confusion rate is through the roof. It's pretty bad. So let's get into it, if you don't mind, Mashak.
Yes, sir.
Into what you was bringing out. My bad.
Kawakar, sir. Expel U.S. and Israeli ambassadors. The IRGC offers full freedom and Strait of Hormuz to Arab and European nations on one condition. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps on Tuesday announced that it will grant certain countries unrestricted passage through the Strait of Hormuz, but that this safe passage will be conditional. The IRGC said that only those Arab or European nations that expel Israeli and American ambassadors from their territory will be granted the right to transit through the strategic waterway, which accounts for roughly.
Go ahead. Which what?
Sir. No sweat, sir. Which accounts for roughly 20% of the global oil supply passing through it daily.
20%, brother. They losing billions.
Yeah.
It's billions getting sunk right now.
Right.
And so now they're gonna let certain ships come through. And then I heard Italy took it up and said, yeah, we'll take that.
And Spain.
Do we have that? And Sweden as well? Do we got that article?
Spain. I think Spain also too, sir.
Spain. Damn.
Yeah. Spain jump on it quick.
Let's see if we can pull it up.
And Slaki General.
Come on with it.
I think they're lowballing the amount of oil passing through there, man. 20% alone. There had to be more than that for them to be, crying out the way they're crying out.
You know what? I never even considered that.
It had to be way more than that, sir. Yeah.
It could be even more.
Concert.
You know what I mean?
Because they didn't get Guyana up and running as yet. And then Venezuela, they didn't get up and running as they, they would have to. So which means, then they had to be getting the oil, like all the oil either from Russia now. Because, where they getting the oil from if they're getting it from the Middle East?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the Iranians done found the right button to push. And that's that financial button.
Right. Yeah, concept.
They've been poking. When they poked here, it was like, oh, and they said, got you. Now we got you. So that's where the heat gonna really be at. Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry, who I cut off?
Now I mean to cut you off, General Salaki.
Go ahead, Doc. You got it.
No, I was just saying that's heavy because that's a choke point right there with all that oil. And then now that's gonna put America in a jam because now Iran is basically saying, do you want economic independence or do you want America to prop you up? And the thing about it, if they don't expel them out the country, now you don't get the oil, and then now you risk your whole country, imploding, and a revolt. It could turn into civil war in some of them countries if it get too bad, like you brought out on the previous show. So they really now it's like America now got to spend more money to prop up these. It's really security now at this point.
Yeah,
oil security, and when it's oil, it's oil and gas shortage. You can't gaslight no more. You know what I'm saying? It's really going there. You can't play no games now. This is for all the marbles now. So like I give.
And if I could, that's so heavy in that, like never before did an Arab country say to the world, "We'll let you get the oil if you cut off their ambassadors." Like the Iranians and put them in a position for the Edomites to say, "I'll take it, I'll take it." Like the Edomites is begging now to be able to go in there and get that oil and willing to turn on the other Edomites. That's something that that divide and conquer is something that only the Romans have ever done. The Arabs never were able to do that. They never had that much power.
That's it.
But they seem like they're acquiring it now. For Italy to say, yeah, that, and listen, for a whole European country to say that out, they must be disgusted with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, he must have fucked their country up.
Yep.
Because, you know what I mean, the embarrassed, like the European countries always, even if they was halfway doing it, they always towed the line together. It was always NATO's way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They always towed the line. So if you pull up a story now saying that Italy and others is saying, bet we're gonna actually go with Iran's way. Iran they firing missiles back and forth, and we gonna go with Iran.
Salakia.
That's major. That's major. Salakia, go ahead. Salakia, go ahead.
If I could, America thought they was going to draw a line in the sand with them attacking Iran. Iran then came and drew a line in the Strait.
Yes.
Took that whole thing down and said, if you want safe passage, then you're gonna have to renounce your allegiance to America. And if I could, sir, for the last 30 years, these Gulf nations have sat and watched America and Israel come at them one by one. They came in Iraq. Then they came in Afghanistan with the 9/11, right? They came in Iraq with the war on terrorism. Then they took apart Syria. I remember when I was the truth, sir, they had the Arab Spring, but they went after Egypt with Mubarak. They went after Libya with Muammar Gaddafi. And all of those nations were in cahoots with the Gulf nations. Now the United Arab Emirates have come to power, the UAE and Saudi Arabia. And they came and attacked Iran, and Iran said, y'all gonna sit by and let this happen. We got something for all of y'all. They went and attacked Bahrain. Like, they playing dirty too. Israel came and bombed their oil refineries in Iran, put a whole black cloud of smoke in the sky, raining acid rain down on the people. They said, no sweat, we got something for you. They shut down that strait. They bombed the refinery factories in those other Arab countries. And now Iran has said, we understand the power that we have. We situated right at this strait, and we'll shut the end. Because really, and the evil of the white man is they don't make it seem like all Iran is shutting down the earth. Iran is shutting down the economy. No, you shut down the earth.
Right.
You shut down the economy when you attacked Iran. So they're using the resources that they have at their disposal to let it know that the threat is real. You're gonna have to respect our sovereignty and respect our ability to be able to exist, or we'll mess it up for everybody. And it's such a beautiful thing, sir, and that you've been prophesying this since the 80s, that this time was going to come, and now that we in it, it's just so beautiful to see how there's no way out. Like, there's no way for America to make this right. They only can sink further into it, because if they were to pull out now or to pull back now, the jig is up. There is no more respect. There is no more fear. There is no more big bad bully. Iran showed the bully, what to do with a situation like this, and it's such a beautiful thing. So, like it, sir.
And if I could, if they can get them to bend over the oil, you understand? Bend. If they can get them to not side with the U.S. and Israel on that, what else can they get them to not side with? Like, what else is Europe going to be willing to do to get their oil? Are they going to agree that U.S. bases got to get out of the area? It could be bad. And
General,
Salaki, you take it now, Doc.
Salaki. I was gonna add to see if because it looked like Iran playing for them to come into the country, because that's the only way they're gonna stop this that mess that coming the way. They will have to put boots on the ground, and whoever don't side with Iran with getting the Israelis diplomats and the American diplomats out of the country may have to join with America to put boots on the ground. Like they almost like they're baiting America in. You know what I mean? It's like,
and I ain't never see them actually be able to dictate to a European country. Like they set the terms to the European country and then get a response.
Right.
That means they hate Donald Trump. In them, like it's spilling out. They like F this cat. I'm not letting our economy fall because of this idiot.
Right. Right.
And remember, he didn't consult with any of them when he went to war. They was in negotiations. And he just ran up in there and bombed the hell out of them. Along with the Israelis. So he didn't consult with them. He ain't talked with them. Now their economy jammed up because 20% of the oil done got blocked. They said, damn that, man, we out. Like the Lord is the terrible power.
That's right.
Like you get puffed up, chest full of air. You swear you got it on the gun.
Right.
And boy, he come and pop the pin on your ass and let the wind come out, because that's what's happening now.
Right.
The wind is coming out of them right now. You know what I mean? You hiding Pam Bondi. You got no answers. Marco Rubio damn near gave up the tapes. I ain't too sure that was a slip either. I ain't too sure if Marco Rubio gave it up on purpose because of this bullshit. Because he turned around and said, well, they was going to get attacked by somebody or Israel or somebody, and we knew they was going to attack us, so we hit their ass. He gave up them damn tapes. He gave the receipts up on what they was going to do.
Yeah.
And brother, because he did that, everybody saw the game before they could even spin a lie on the whole situation. And now, forget about it. They really can't even spin it. They, like y'all was saying, they can't even get out of it.
Yes,
they can't get out of it. They can't spin it. There ain't much they can do with it. They stuck in it. And now with Russia's help on the targeting, and I noticed something when you played that video before, how the Iranians said we let our missiles out, we did this, we did that on our own. He kept saying on our own. On our own, meaning he letting you know we handled this.
Right.
Nobody else had to help us handle this. We handled this ourselves. And now, of course, all of them are coming in, Russia and so forth and so on. What's really going to be something to watch is if they get slowed down and stopped over there in Central and South America.
Yeah.
If all of that stuff in Ecuador and all of that gets shut down or slowed up or stalled,
yeah,
it's you're gonna see it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. Because that means they stalled on all sides. I yield, Salaki.
Good, sir.
Go ahead.
No, if I could, I'll be quick, sir. And you're right, sir. It's gonna get really bad because for those who don't know, in the Shia belief of Islam, the Ayatollah that they killed recently. Do you know that in Shia beliefs, the Ayatollah is second only to God on earth?
Damn.
He is second to God. So unaliving him meant that you killed the representative of God on earth. And that's how. So now it's split. Half the Shias are saying, well, is God really with us? The other half is saying this is a test and we have to prove to God that we're with him. That's how I was reading that scripture, sir. That scripture that says, they will not, the Lord will bring a nation against them that will not regard gold or silver. This is them.
Right.
Because right now it's like they half of them was in a position where they have to go ahead and prove themselves to God now. Or you gonna stand by and let them kill the Ayatollah, Salaki, sir?
Yeah.
Stand by and let them kill the Ayatollah, Salaki, sir.
Good night. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
This could, like you said, what you say is so heavy. This could never end. This could get in a situation where they putting out intifadas and fatwas, or what they call it,
Right.
I don't want to say the wrong word.
That's it. That's it, sir. Come.
They be putting out fatwas, and before you know it, brother, all that is spilling out all over the world.
Right.
This could be never ending. What a mistake they made. What a dummy's mistake that they made. And it sounded like they got to drop a nuke. That's what it sounded like. But I know that Trump got a call from Putin about the possibility of them, launching a nuclear weapon. Netanyahu ain't got no problem with it. He don't give a damn. He will launch that joint with no problem. But the repercussions, especially if you drop a nuke on them and they fire the missiles out, you know what I mean? Then it's really bad. And I heard that, they haven't even begun to fire off their better weapons, and they haven't even touched them hypersonics yet.
So
you know what I'm saying?
They say they're letting off only the cheap ones right now to weaken the dome.
Right.
Yeah, they say,
if they go ahead, Michelle.
Oh, Salaki, so I need to cut you off, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Now, I said they were just saying the heavy shit coming later, and they say they have some heavy shit for them.
And if they calling for repairs on the THAAD system, if they gonna take South Korea's THAAD system and bring it down to the Middle East, and they ain't even fired off the good stuff yet, it could be bad. And who knows what's on them warheads? You know what I mean? They saying they ain't nuclear, that they not that there are non-nuclear weapons, but I bet you they got uranium down there. So it could be, a dirty bomb coming off them missiles. It could be a hydrogen bomb. It don't have to be full nuclear.
Right.
But it could be a hydrogen bomb. It's all kind of nasty stuff. Go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, what you're saying is so right, sir. It's the regional it sparked a regional conflict down there, and they saying that the air feels different. Like they got people over there reporting. They really breaking the law because they want to allow them to report over there.
That's right.
So some of them is they hooked up to Starlink or thing like that where they able to get a signal. But they saying it's white phosphorus, like in the air, and like it's all kind of different kind of chemicals, and they starting to see things different. Like the sunset look different. The sun, like the clouds are looking. You know what I'm saying? So they like what's going on. So they don't know what. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in there to really test everything. So it's pretty much a quagmire down there that they got going on. And I think you brought out a show that it's illegal to even put some of them, like in Dubai, you get arrested. You going and showing the missiles in there and all that, they lock you up, man. You get time for that because they don't want to cause no panic over there with all these rockets and everything firing and people to lose faith in the state. You know what I'm saying over there. So
you're right, because they said in Israel they're giving you time if you show any of that stuff hitting in the state of Israel, they trying to lock you up, which means they must be destroying that place. They probably hitting that place with so much stuff. They ready to destroy that damn place.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? For them to say you can't report on it. All them people sitting in there, all them Americans stuck inside Israel, can't get out, and you can't report nothing. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if the Arabs that they bombed that have U.S. bases are going to join them. Now that sounds crazy, but it could happen. The Arabs could turn around and say, yo, we got to handle our backyard. The U.S. done brought all the weaponry up there to Israel. They protected Israel with everything they got. But we out here who paid all these billions for 30, 40, 50 years, we done paid these people billions.
Right.
and we sitting there sitting ducks, getting moved on by Iran. Maybe Iran is the one that should be in charge over here that we should be dealing with instead of the rest of them. It could go right there. Scripture said about Ishmael, you know what I mean? Like they have a connection with each other, just like the 12 tribes. They got their own connection with their different sons of Ishmael. And they could come together and it could really be a mess. They'd run the U.S. out of there, which they halfway out of there now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, Oxalagia.
So like so we're saying it's heavy too, because the better do it quick, because what it's saying is some of these countries is run by families. And the saying if the don't play this good, the people could rise up.
Yeah.
And they'll be out there in seconds. You know what I mean?
You right.
They'll have to, you know what I mean?
You right. Yeah, you right. I told you what happened in Bahrain. They bombed Bahrain and the people was on the street cheering for the Iranians.
Yeah. Constant.
Meanwhile, the Iranians the ones fired the bombs on them. Well, actually on the U.S. bases and stuff, and on the Capitol. Yep. So if they've been in them countries, man, oppressing the hell out of their people, brother, they got to be very nervous right now. You know what I mean? And a ton of them went openly and joined the Israelis. Remember, a bunch of them did that because it was looking like the Israelis was going to be the big dog in the area, and a lot of them countries joined Israel and were waiting until the time came for them to take out Iran.
Right.
And it's backfiring. Go ahead, Saladia.
So like Captain Shock, I think you want to get in there early. You two up?
Go ahead, brother. I could wait.
Come on, if I could, I just wanted to say this as well, sir. Another thing that Iran is doing is the line that's being drawn is with this petrodollar. What's at stake right now with Israel and America, if they lose their control, their stranglehold over the financial system goes out of the window. Because right now, the reason why a country like Italy would be so quick to jump at Iran's offer is because many of those European countries have been wrecked by this American, this American dollar. Right. I remember years ago, the Greek economy failed. The Greek economy got completely destroyed, and there was a run on all the banks, and it was because they were dependent on the dollar. Same thing with recently, Japan went through an economic crisis where their value of their yen or whatever their dollar is over there completely crashed and tanked. And it was because of the economic manipulation going on with America and with the small hats who run the banking. Iran right now has threatened to take the barrel of oil price up to $200. And that $200 is a threat to everybody who deals in the US dollar. Maybe if there was a system that existed where every country could be able to pay for oil in their currency, then it would be a better situation for everybody involved, which is what BRICS is offering. The BRICS monetary changeover is you could be able to deal with other countries in your currency, have a fair exchange based on what your goods and resources are, and you don't have to go through this US dollar. You don't have to go through these small hats with their banking conglomerate. And Iran recognizing that is saying, listen, you want to side with America and you want to side with Israel, no sweat. But then you keep on buying our oil in dollars and pay $200 a barrel. Now, if you want a system where it's fair and everybody can be included and you ain't got to be, you ain't got to grovel and get on your knees and take whatever the small hats and whatever America wants to give you, then come on over here and join the BRICS. It's like poetry in motion, because this is the same thing that America has done around the world for the last since the end of World War II. Way World War II ended, it made America the banker for the whole earth, and they took it and abused it, and did everybody around the planet dirty. And so now the opportunity is coming up for these other countries to rally together and to say enough with your BS. And Iran is the one that did, is taking a stand with the military force and with the economic control to be able to show these other nations, man, there is an alternative. So like,
damn right, because that's exactly what NATO did with Europe. NATO came together with Europe and did that. So now the Arabs, they learning the lesson from them. Just like you bring it out and saying maybe we should, it could get real sour if they come together. I mean, because there's up there, we talking a lot of territory. We talking Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Turkey. You know, we talking we talking damn near everything. You still got Jordan and those countries in there, and of course Saudi Arabia. Like they about to get their Arab summits on in about 2 seconds, right. Which is what it seems like it's going on in the earth everywhere anyway. Like the African nations are trying to come together. European nations trying to hold it down. The Asian world got to come together. Then the Arab world got to come together. Then the leaders, the 12 tribes of Israel, they got to come together too. And then it's going all get right. You know, man, damn right. It's gonna all get right. So what you say about war is dead on right. Like they ain't stupid. They watching this and seeing where it goes. And if America don't, you know, the mystique of how incredibly powerful America is, they must be able to maintain that, man. If they don't maintain that, it's gonna be bad all the way around. They got to maintain that. Or forget about it. It's going to be hell to pay if they don't maintain that. You know what I mean? Them Arab countries are going to feel like, yo, we ain't safe. We ain't safe from Israel, and we ain't safe from Iran.
And so, like you said,
go ahead,
and it's so good that you bring that out too, sir, because Turkey, I don't know if you all heard, but the former president of Israel, I forget his name, came out and said Turkey is the new Gaza or something like that, or the new Iran or something like that. Like
right, because they want them next. I heard. Go ahead, Nata.
Khan said they want them next. And what it's saying is apparently Israel and America want to balkanize Iran, but Iran apparently beat them to it with their methods of our military. I forget how to put it, but they said that I forget the word they use, like decentralize or something, the power. You understand?
In Iran?
Yes, meaning now they break up Iran and the military in different factions. So now they do not have to what you call it again? Like I think it's before they reinstate the Ayatollah. But I don't know if that's still in place, where if they want to let off, they had the right to let off. Like they already had things put in place. You know what I mean? So if America attacks here and, you know what I mean, kill these people, they're still fighting. They're not waiting on orders. They
said that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They said he put together he put together 4 layers of the supreme leadership, and then a bunch of layers of the military apparatus.
Yes, concert.
And it obviously worked, because they sitting up in there choosing the next leader, and ain't a missile stopped yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? They sitting there choosing the next leader, and they trying to not miss a beat. And I wonder about this. I wonder if the world is underestimating the growth of these other nations.
Yes.
Like, because it's not a white nation, it's already assumed that they are a little backwards on their business. And that may not be the case with Iran. Just because they in the desert with them long dresses on doesn't mean they don't know what the hell they doing. They got them hypersonic missiles out there, brother. They know what the hell they doing. So it might be a little psychological warfare backfiring on, in that they looking at the Arab countries almost like desert people, as opposed to really looking at, you know, their capabilities, as opposed to Israel, because they're white and because they're a modern society. These people still got their ancient society, and I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff going on in there behind the curtain. But they seem to be very astute at what they doing in terms of militarily. And something else too, man. They got the Houthis sitting there, and they have not fired a shot.
Right.
Like they in total discipline under Iran throughout this whole war. Ayatollah done got capped and everything, and them Houthis sitting there as silent as a mouse, which means they there for something else.
Right.
They there waiting on something else to jump off, and they go and then they'll get into it. But they've been silent, no comments, no nothing. Nobody said a word about them, nor have they fired on anybody. And so I think that Ishmael's being underestimated right here. They're being underestimated. You know what I mean? They may not be as, they may not be the camel jockeys that white America has been thinking they are. I yield to what?
So like if I could, General, like what you're saying, Iran, they know their neighbors and they know the terrain, like in that region for all that time. They know, and like you said, the political and religious layers they have over there with them other countries, they well aware of their weaknesses and their strength. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are. They watching the deals they making, etc. And you seeing it play out because only certain ships are able to pass that Strait of Hormuz. It's only certain ships. They showing the satellite. You seeing the ones that can't pass. They just out there circling. They can't. They not going to that tip point. They just waiting on. They trying to. Some of them probably trying to strike a deal or whatnot. But they only let certain ones through. You understand? So they know. I think they have the regional advantage because they know their neighbors and they know the political fallout. And who knows? They might have people in them countries as well. That's behind closed doors, those back channels, because everybody ain't getting all the intel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not getting it. You can see it, like I said, with the Houthis and all that. People sitting silent. Like it's real. It's getting real. It's going down to the it's going down to the final straw down there because every day that oil and gas go up, people starting to sweat over there, and they gonna start to want to cut a deal. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
And the Edomites know you cut this money off on these Edomites. They known for jumping out of a skyscraper over that damn money. You know, man, like the Wall Street crash out, they're going out the window. 100 stories. You think them planes took them towers down? Let that Wall Street crash. The building gonna be intact. The people coming out the windows. Okay, like they known for suicide behind that. So you right, they putting the squeezes on their ass tight.
Yep.
To come on and get right because, like you said, they're gonna start. The Edomites will start calling. Yo, you got to do something. You got to do something. And in Esau's eyes, his wealth is his power. In his eyes, and in military terms, the Lord even said, "Money is a defense." So so the wealth that you have is your defense against those enemies, and being able to raise up military power. Now you stuck. You got to bring weapons and items all the way from South Korea to bring them into the theater. You might have a little problem on your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a little issue that might be on your hands. I yield to water.
If I could, sir.
Please, go ahead.
Slack saying back what you were saying earlier with the Iranians going to join the Iranians, the Edomites going to join the Edomites. The scripture says, every man shall turn back to his own people. You understand what I mean? And that's proven true now. And I think about, hardship. Hardship brings you back to your own people. You think about jail, for example. Two people of different races could be best friends out here in the world. But when they go to jail, under hardship, under constant warfare, they got to turn back to their own people. Right? And it's the same thing that happens when war breaks out. War breaks out, everybody, and that's how the Lord brings everybody back to their own people. There's no more, freedom to just join everybody else because you gotta go back to your people. And blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians going to be forced to join back their own people. A sidebar, I've been getting people out, like since I came to the truth, sir, like I'll tell you, when I came to the truth, I lost my whole family.
Wow.
Now they done pulled me into group chats with them, and I'm seeing pictures of nephews and nieces I've never met.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen pictures of nephews and nieces. I mean, they put me in a group chat on WhatsApp called the family reunited.
Dang.
And I'm seeing pictures of kids. I don't know who these kids are. The only kids I know, so Salakia, the only kids I know are the kids in the ISUPK. I don't know none of these kids out there. I mean, but because of warfare, everybody's having to turn back to their own people. And it's a beautiful thing. Salakia, I yield.
You right. You so right. Everybody gonna have to come back together. That's a real thing. You know, man. And they're gonna have to deal with one another. And it's gonna be beautiful, like you said. It's gonna be beautiful. Israel gonna be forced to do that, and it's gonna be amazing. I think about some of these tribes out there are so clueless. Some of our people in each of these tribes are so clueless to what's going on in the earth. The Lord prophesied, nobody believes it's gonna happen, but it's happening right before their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like these prophecies is clicking off like a playbook.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the end of all of this is serious suffering and destruction, man.
Yes,
like we're gonna be reading that book of Lamentations on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna see those days real soon. So like I didn't mean to run on. Yeah, man. So you want to hit another story, Mashak, or what?
Yes, sir. Kind of for sure. We could do some more with the with the Middle East as we already in there.
Sure enough.
We have a number. The Mamdani one. It is, I'm not sure if it's a Jewish cat or if it's an Arab who threw that bomb. This shit don't even look like it could explode. It just looked like a
toy.
Yeah, it looked like a rope that was lit. I don't know if that's more propaganda from one side or the other. You know, and to try to destabilize things. I don't know if you want to touch on that one now as well.
Yeah, we can get into it. Like, does anybody know what these bombers were attacking were they attacking the Arabs or were they attacking Mandami?
Well, they say they threw it at Mamdani's house in New York. So I don't know if it was to destabilize the whole protest, if it was to bring let's
see if we can pull an article on it.
I got it right here, sir.
It's number
you got
one.
it right there. Go ahead.
Khan. 2 Bucks County, Pennsylvania, men charged in ISIS-inspired attack outside New York City Mayor Mamdani's residence.
Okay.
2 men from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, were charged in an ISIS-inspired attack over the weekend outside New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's.
Now, Kazak, we lost you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you now. But I got a quick question for you. Now, why did Mamdani? Why him? Isn't he a Muslim?
So he is.
So why would this be an ISIS inspired attack if he's a Muslim as well?
If I could, sir.
Come on with it.
I believe that the New Yorkers are unsatisfied with Mamdani, right? And they're protesting outside his house. So I think these these Muslims came to defend Mamdani against the crowd.
That would make sense. So the crowd was coming up against him, and these cats came to shut him down.
If I could, sir, Slakia, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but Mamdani, as a Muslim, came out of nowhere. I've never heard of this guy before, and he's the mayor of New York. Let me ask you a question, sir. Do you think that this was a play for Trump and them because they knew that this is about to go to war, and New York has a big Muslim population, so the way to appease them and get them under control is to put Mamdani in there, because I believe he had like a following of even the Jewish people when it came to votes.
No, that would explain it. For you to become mayor in New York City, you got to appease the so-called small hats. That's it. That's all. It don't matter who you are. I bet you if you run him to ground, you're gonna find somewhere in there he is taking care of them small hats.
Right.
Like somewhere in there. That's the only way you become mayor in New York City. New York City is run by the so-called small hats. I mean, they own 90% of the real estate in New York City. And you know New York City got 10 million people. So they run in 90% of the real estate. So you can't even breathe in that place without them. You know what I'm saying? Like Giuliani became mayor, and they told Giuliani, get rid of all the vendors on 125th Street. It's messing up our business. He came in there, brother, got rid of the vendors, got rid of the licensing for becoming a vendor, wiped the whole place out at their behest. So you can best believe with money. And New York City is about money.
Right. That's
what New York City is about. They are a treasure city for this Edomite. You know what I mean? And for it to have gone the way it's gone, he has to have some connection with them. He's doing something for them that they like. He's a Democrat, right?
Come.
Yeah, he's doing something for them that they like. Something with the real estate, something with the neighborhoods, something with certain laws. Remember, they came down there in Brooklyn. That Crown Heights, Brooklyn was totally run and owned by Benjamites. And them Benjamites, and they hated them Benjamites for this reason. Them Benjamites owned all of the real estate, all of the shops, and on top of it, they had the dollar cabs running them to downtown Brooklyn. So they had a whole economic powerhouse going on down in that area. And these small hats was angry as hell, and they systematically took over the entire neighborhood, got all kind of passes, all kind of laws changed, did all manner of underhanded things, and took over the whole damn neighborhood. And the majority of those people, those Benjamites that was down there, had to sell their real estate or come up with some kind of way to get around it and so forth. And now the whole entire area is run by them. And that is what happened. A lot of people don't know that the main area that the Hasidim live in down there in Brooklyn used to be owned and ran by this cat here that got arrested for being a pedophilia. Polite's mentor. What's his name again?
Malachi York.
Yeah, Malachi York. Malachi York owned a ton of real estate in that Williamsburg section of Brooklyn. He had a bunch of pieces of real estate down there, and he was running his operation down there. And sure enough, they came in, made some kind of offer to him. He packed all his stuff up and moved down there to Atlanta and bought that temple down there in Atlanta and all that. And eventually they arrested him for child molestation because he set up that temple. And that's a whole nother story. But to go back to your original story, that's the only way you get anything done in New York. Like everything in New York is about money and them small hats. Slug, I yield. So I don't believe it's that so much because even the black mayors, what's his name? Man, I forget his name. The black mayor that was down there, he helped wipe them out. Damn, what's his name? I forget his name.
Adams?
Dinkins helped run Benjamin out of there for them. So whoever gets in there, it don't matter if it's a black mayor, Latino, or Arab, whatever. Believe me, they working for them small hats. It's the only way you get to do that.
Come.
So to answer your question, but now you had two parts to that question, right?
No, that was it, sir. You answered
That was
it.
it.
Come.
If you want to move on to something else,
yeah, we can hit one more. Y'all want to hit one more before we go? I'm probably gonna go a little after this next one myself.
Come.
Hold on.
And if anybody got questions out there or anything yet they want us to bring out, put it in the chat, and we'll get to it.
If I could, sir, I actually got a question, sir. If I could, well,
please.
All right. So, if Iran or Iran manages to fall, seeing that they're the strong man in the Middle East, right? They're like the boogeyman, really, in the Middle East. What happens in the Middle East now in terms of prophecy, in terms of, all the other nations? Because I heard that Saudi Arabia was the one who was begging Trump to attack Iran.
But probably, yeah. The word has it is that's what that payment was when he went over there. That payment was for him to destroy Venezuela,
right,
and to turn around and come back and destroy Iran. And so, which is basically what America has been reduced to, is a hired gun to protect your country. It's damn near down to extortion now. You know what I'm saying? Then it took everything else. It's oil and extortion. That's about it that America does now. So yeah, the rumor has it that's what he was supposed to do. And there's also rumor that's why he was so hesitant, because he knew it was a bad idea, but he took the deal, took the money, and now they had to fulfill their end.
Right.
And so, but nothing happens. If Iran falls, nothing changes. If Iran falls, nothing changes. The war will start again with Turkey.
And
then we'll see who gets in it then. And, okay, in this particular case, I'm not sure if Russia and China can allow Iran to fall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which, like, this is more like what the Lord said. He's going to bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat. We can read it if y'all want, where they're not going to be able to get out. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he said, there shall I plead for my people. Like, they're going to be pulled down in there, and they're going to want to get out. They don't want to be in there. They don't want to be, Trump don't want to be in that quagmire no more. He wants out of there, but they're being pulled down in there. And the way it looks, according to the prophecy, is like this one here, they really can't allow Iran to fall. They can't do it. Because if Iran falls, then the so-called Jew owns the Middle East. And if he owns the Middle East, he is going to first starve Russia to death.
Right.
And Russia will be cut off and in hell, and their country will start falling, especially with the enemies, with Zelensky and the Ukrainians on his hip. So they can't let it fall. So the only way it could fall is if they drop a nuclear bomb on. And if they do, it's going to draw everybody back in, because they're going to be like, we got to contain these cats. They don't let off a nuclear weapon, and they're trying to control the whole oil. So I don't see it happening. But if it does happen, it wouldn't change a thing. If they let off a nuke in Iran, it still won't change anything. Iran will still be firing the missiles and them rockets, and it will still cause the Third World War to go off.
Right.
Now, in exactly what way? It might mean Russia got to take a direct action then against Israel. Russia might say, you know what? We got to go take direct action. Iran them fell. We can't let the rest fall. And then Russia will gather together North Korea and China, and they'll have to go up in there and push up against Israel, and once again they'll get drawn in. And whatever they do, all the Arabs are still gonna get in some way, shape, or form. If they put in ground troops, it still wouldn't change anything. So nah. If they shut Iran down and they win this whole war outright, nothing will change. Just like it didn't change with Iraq. Remember, they was going in Iraq. It was looking like it was going to be World War III. They said he got nuclear weapons and the yellow powder cake, whatever the hell that was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Right. And so they was ready to go and do something, and it was a worry, and they started a whole war, shock and awe, desert storm. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shock troops coming in. It was they took 158,000 troops into Iraq. This is a ridiculous amount of foot soldiers going into Iraq. So they went in there with a huge amount of foot soldiers. So, and then all that war, remember 2 of them, all that war. And now the war over, and all the snipers is on YouTube talking about how fucked up it was.
Right.
But ain't shit ended. ISIS still going on. They still fighting over there in them countries right now. So yeah, it will not change this prophecy for a minute. But more than likely, unless Israel drops a nuclear bomb on there, Iran ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
And they're such a big country, they still might not end up going anywhere. Like, not only are they a big country, but they seem to have calculated well how they should fight a war with America and Israel. Like, they calculated well how to do it. They just now came out how they dropped weapons into the waters in the Straits of Hormuz. Some type of detonating weapons they dropped inside the water, which once again, they thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? They thinking about what's going on. The way they hit Tel Aviv and then hit Haifa, they know that's where the military is at, and that's where the government sits at.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just came short of bombing that Knesset. They short of that. So no, I don't think so. I think this is going to go on for a little longer, and I think that Donald Trump is trying to find an exit ramp right now.
Right.
I think he's trying to cut his losses and back the hell out of there and come see him another day. You know what I'm saying? And he got an even worse problem because I bet Israelis are saying, man, if y'all pull out, we got no choice. And they're right. If the United States pulls out, what are they going to do? They're getting bombed with the United States there.
Right.
Yeah.
They getting their ass handed to them with the United States right in the waters with them. What the hell are they going to do if the United States pull out? They're going to have to sit there and let they come, and the defense system's getting weak as shit. They're going to have to sit there and get wiped out by Iran's rockets, or they're going to have to push that button and get that nuke off, which could lead to, God knows what. Because once again, what if we have to find out that the Iranians got a nuclear bomb?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they could have easily got one from Pakistan, North Korea, a few countries in that neighborhood that got nukes. They get one. They get. Go ahead, Doc.
What you're saying is so heavy too, because they're saying recently there was like tremors, like right like on the edge of Iran. So they're suspecting they're doing tests below the ground.
Right.
You see, you might be right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, who knows what they testing over there?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they don't seem afraid. You know, they seem like they got something for that ass. You know what I mean? They seeming like they got stuff in that arsenal that will greatly affect the planet if they get to let it go. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. It could happen, but it ain't gonna stop nothing. It ain't gonna stop nothing. They'll do just as much damage with terrorists. Terrorists will be carrying pieces of uranium on into the damn country.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't see it. But it could happen. You know what I mean? But I don't see how it could be any real decisive victory in this on the American Israeli side. Even if they pulled up right now, it's gonna look horrible. And if they go in there and nuke the country or send in ground troops, and let's say they take over the country, then what?
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't gonna go well. You got millions and millions of Arabs running up and down that whole corridor. You talk about Iran to surrender. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's my opinion. And it shows you the power of being unified and why we should be so unified.
That's right.
They so unified in that country. They killed the leader of the country with 90 million people in it, and the people just organized themselves and went right back to war. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
and that's how you know he built something by the world standards, of course, something strong.
Yeah.
Because America think, you know, they always promote you cut the head of the snake off and the snake fall. You cut the head of the monster fall. Like he done replicate himself in the hearts and minds of the people. Like
yeah.
For the average Iranian who's supporting that system, because you know they have the traitors who, you know, they support America, but the average Iranian who remember when he came in that he ousted the Shah.
Right.
Keeping that in mind, I don't even think they care about the oil. Like this is just like sand. Like, you know, somebody who living in the Caribbean, they don't give a damn about the sand. It's all around.
Right.
Somebody not from the Caribbean will come and be like, oh, this is good sand, because they don't have it.
Right.
But they care about their people, the longevity of their people, the state of themselves and the up, you know, behind them mountains. They ain't trying to, you know, have a, you know, I haven't heard, I don't know if there is, but I haven't heard like a Iranian territory. You know what I mean? A country outside of Iran that's their territory that pays to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like themselves, they have a leader who done built something.
Yeah.
Pass down his morals, and there's people ready to step up into the zone. You can't really fight that if all you could do is offer a signing bonus.
Nah, you right.
How you fighting that with a signing bonus? Like this nigga kid's gonna be fighting you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
right.
This is in the end. That's why they're so calm. And then flip out, and you ain't seeing no crazy threat videos. Death to America. You ain't seen none of that shit from the death of the island. They know, you know, the leaders talking, and that's it, and they move cool and calm, like, you know, they ain't even phased. Like they done stepped into something they really did not plan for. Damn near like all them sellout Arabs who they've been dealing with Saudi Arabia and Bahrain and all of them done made them feel that them, you know, every Arab is the same. And they don't get it, that this is not that type of game, neither that season for them. So like I said,
no, you so right. You're so right. Anybody else want to chime in on it? That's so right. What you saying?
Okay, if I could, sir.
Please.
And on top of that, it shows you like when the people have a God they believe in, what they'll be willing to do. I mean, imagine if black people had that faithfulness to God and say, well, this is what God said, and I'm going to stand on it no matter what. Man, the Lord will be back tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because he would say, you know, I you know, several times the Lord has said, Yahanna has said, I have not seen such faith in all of Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, that means he's looking for the faith.
Yeah.
He wants to see it. I mean, so I'm saying that to say, black people, if you put a faith in the Lord, I mean, like these heathens put faith in their fake gods that don't exist. They're willing to put all the chips on the line for a God that doesn't exist. Man, how much more so should we put our faith in our God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You know what I mean? Slakia, I yield.
No, that's what's up. Through that.
Salakia, sir, if I could.
Please, Cap.
I just want to jump in there and say, man, for brothers and sisters that's out there, you know, that's tuning in, you may be new to the UPK. You may be new to, you know, what it is that we teach concerning the prophecies of the Third World War. You may be new to the knowledge that, you know, we the chosen people of God. What's important and necessary for us to have in this time is patience. You understand? Patience and trust in the Most High. You understand? When you come into the truth, you learn that faith is not a feeling. Faith is not a thought in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Faith is you serving the Most High and living your life the way Christ lived it, knowing that the Most High is going to reward us with the kingdom of heaven, knowing the Most High is going to reward us for living a righteous life. And this life in the truth, man, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I remember, sir, if I could, I came in the truth some time ago. And for me, I was thinking Christ was coming back tomorrow. I was thinking all the signs of the Third World War and Barack Obama was dropping bombs in the Middle East and they had just captured Muammar Gaddafi and shoved a broomstick up his behind. In my mind, the Third World War going to kick off tomorrow, man. We're going to be out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's been more than 10 years I've been in the truth. And every day it's felt like Christ could be here tomorrow. And what I've learned over the years is that you're going to have patience. You're going to have to trust in the Most High, knowing that whether Iran falls, whether they drop a nuke, whether Iran wins and kicks America out of there, the Lord requires us to have patience. You understand? And as we have patience, man, you honor the Most High by obeying him and doing what he said to do. And that's why what we're doing here, what keeps us, you know, standing strong and being able to see these things that's transpiring in the world and not be worried and not be afraid or not have anxiety of, oh my God, what if they shut down to this and they shut down to that? What if I lose my job? We don't have to be worried about that because we serve a living God. These other nations, they got to go fight and drop bombs for their God. They got to go fight and unalive one another for their God. We serve the power in the Bible that delivered our ancestors from the hands of the Egyptians, and all they had to do was eat some lamb, sacrifice and put some blood on the doorpost, and they sat and was patient, and they got delivered that night. You know what I'm saying? We are in the time, once again, where the Lord requires us to be obedient and to be patient. Don't allow anything you see on the news, anything you hear coming from our oppressor to cause you to believe that you got to turn your back on the Lord or you got to do something of your own in order to, you know what I'm saying, try to make the Lord come back or fulfill some prophecies. Don't allow any type of propaganda from our oppressors to cause you to think that you need to act. The only action the Lord requires of us is to obey him and to remain patient. And I thank the Most High for commanding General Yahanna, for the generals, the captains, and the officers in this ISUPK, because I've been able to be patient and to obey the Lord over these last years that I've been in the truth. And listen, it's an amazing, beautiful thing for us. So y'all, I know sometimes being on the outside, you may see us, we celebrate when they go to war in Iran. We celebrate when they bomb the U.S. embassies. And y'all might say, man, them cats is crazy, man. I seen on the Facebook, a brother said he was drinking because they dropped the bombs here and there. It's because all of these things is the Lord rewarding us for our patience. The Lord he's showing us things that he showed Commander General Yahanna over 15 years ago. And I remember being a young man in class and General Yahanna was like, man, y'all gonna see this and y'all gonna see that. And as a young brother, I believed it, I trusted it, but it's also like, all right, but if he say so, I mean, I'm here anyway, but to see these things coming to pass is absolutely confirmation that the Lord is true. He's alive and he is a man of his word. All he needs us to do is obey him and stand strong. And you're going to see all of the ends of these things coming to pass. But don't panic. Don't be afraid. Don't let Satan get in your mind and cause you to have anxiety and all of those things. Fight that with the strength and the spirit of the Most High in Christ. And we're going to get through this thing, y'all. Salaki, sir, I yield.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know, man.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Could I get one scripture, sir?
Please, jump in.
Obadiah 3 and 4. Obadiah 3 and 4, because, you know what I mean, you could clearly see that these devils were so proud of their military might. They trusted in that military might to the point where they could decide when to start a war and when they want to pull out.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? When they want to pause it so that they can regroup and go back in and hit you. And also,
yeah, because that's what happened. Because that's what happened just recently. Salakia, go ahead.
Kanamakansa, Like they thought they had it, and Donald Trump thought he had it because before he went in, he told he called the Iranians up and say, "Yo, let's just do let me hit one of your places, 2 of your places. I'm gonna let you hit one of mine. You know what I mean? Just for show, like just for diplomacy. I don't know how these devils do the thing, sir. But Iranians say if you do that, we ain't letting that slide. We not. And they had to, you know what I mean, they wait a little longer, and then they went in this time again to hit them.
Wow.
And thinking that, you know, well, they have the upper hand with the Predator drones, the F-35 and stuff. And apparently these planes not even going into Iran. They're just going on the outskirts where all them countries are letting off to the back. And, you know what I mean? And that's why Iran hitting them countries that Latin America and Israel use the airspace. But Obadiah 1 and 3. You know what I mean? Make me think about it like this.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
And that's Esau.
Yeah.
This is specifically speaking about Esau. The pride of your heart. You think he is the biggest, baddest thing on the planet Earth. Little do you know, as the Bible says, you are just a man.
Right.
You just like a man, just like me, just like everybody. You bleed the same. You understand? Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
That's how you know he's speaking about Esau, because Esau, he comes from the Caucasus Mountain. That's why they call them Caucasians. That's where they dwell. Read on.
Whose habitation is high, that sitteth in his heart. Who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall what?
Bring me down to the ground.
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Because they're going around. It's almost as if they have a like they have a aura
crystal ball or some shit. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
No, I said like a crystal ball or something. God, Salaki.
Like a
I didn't mean to
like a crystal ball, but more so like when I think Lamech went to his wife and said,
Right.
oh shucks, if they hit me, I'm you know what I mean, unalive, you know what I mean, twice or 10 times the amount.
Yeah.
Like he almost like he pushing that. Well, you just blowing up these buildings. I'm killing all the people. I'm destroying your water. I'm destroying your oil. Like he almost have that aura of, you know what I mean, he's very prideful. Read on.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou shalt set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Yeah, they even using Starlink, not Starlink, but the them people who are having who the assigned for space. What do they call them?
Space Force.
Huh?
You talking Elon Musk in there?
No, not Elon Musk, but America have a branch now. That's
Space Force.
Yeah, the Space Force. They're using the Space Force to attack them too. You understand? So like, oh yeah, exalt yourself. You know what I mean? All up. You know what I mean? Like all up in the skies with them F-35, F-16. The Lord say He's going to what?
Bring thee down.
Lord going to bring you down. You understand? The Lord is going to bring you down. Like you thinking, you know what I mean? You thinking like you're going to sit on top, abuse people for over thousands of years. You understand? And the Lord just sit back and let you do it? No. You know what I mean? Netanyahu was, you know what I mean, relishing. He was like, I've waited for this for 40 years. Well, the Lord been waiting for thousands of years.
That's
you can
right.
imagine what he going to do.
That's right.
You understand? You can imagine what he going to do for what you did. You know, because general, they more than likely have a play with the war that's going on in Africa right now with the gold. That's what I mean. One of the minerals are fighting for in Africa, that gold. And saying and talking about now is oil you're fighting for. You understand? Like he is the problem on the earth.
And they beginning to see it.
Cancer. And answer. I had a question, sir. Like, pertaining to the Iranians, right? Like they come from the Persian Empire, or those are just straight up Arabs? Because that could only be the reason why the real Arabs holding back. I don't know.
Yeah, they seem like the descendants of the Persian Empire. Of course, we got to go look into history to know for sure. But most historians look at them as the descendants straight up of the Persian Empire.
Cancer.
The Iranians, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if that answers the question. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and I was saying I don't know if that's the reason why them Arabs and them holding back from joining them. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so, because they devout Muslims as well.
Okay, come on, Cancer.
I think it's just a nation thing. Like nations don't get along. That's why they nation. And I think that the same with the Iranians. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure some of them countries go with them. And I bet you they got backdoor channels to every last one of them.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So they might not be all the way locked in, but you know what I mean? They have that familiar cohesion. But since the so-called small hats came in, they done had a good time. They you know, they went and spending their money, you know, turning them desert areas into paradise, never feeling threatened until now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they still have that kin with one another.
Oh, come on.
More so now than ever. And I think it's going to manifest in the next week or so. If this go on, I think they're going to signal to the Iranians, look, we'll come together with you. Because they know it's coming to an end game. And and if they believe this end game means the U.S. is going back out, then they're going to say, man, why pay them all this extortion money? Let's cut them loose. Let's shut down these bases over here. You know what I mean? Let's negotiate from a team strength of them Arabs. And again, Israel's a madman.
Yeah. Right.
They acting like Netanyahu is the madman. He better look at his opponent sitting in that desert. That's the real madman.
Concept. And so, like you said, did you hear that the Iranians and them say they captured some of them soldiers?
No, I didn't hear that. Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I think that they were saying that they captured some of them because they was on the base, but they got the word to leave the base and to go and hide amongst the civilians. And
brother, if that's the case, oh my God. If they got U.S. soldiers, if they come out there with U.S. soldiers out in chains, Donald Trump's presidency is over.
The country will be
They come out there with a parade of Americans out in chains, them young Virginia boys lined up with handcuffs on them, marching them somewhere. They're going to lose their mind because they're going to believe that the Iranians going to kill them like they did before when they put them in them jumpsuits.
Right.
Put them inside them cages. That shit was for the maximum impact. You know what I mean?
Come on.
So the same happens this time. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that power that they ruling is mostly kept among Edomites.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, what would you do if you're an Arab nation and it's looking like the U.S. is losing? You thinking they supposed to bring Iran to his knees, but they backing down. you know you better start negotiating quick with them other nations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You better make make peace. Better send some ambassadors down there, something. Well, you ain't gonna like that vacuum going on out there. And they control the straits too. Man, they'll bring the rest of the Arab world to his knees.
Yeah. Because General, you know that they're already talking about that already. About the UAE. They're not going to be the same after this war. They say that they're getting knocked back generations.
Wow.
Because they said that like a lot of them places was created, and it was created to divide the Arabs and them up, to make them, you know what I mean, to separate them. You know what I mean? Like America and Israel, you know what I mean, they're doing the same thing they did to the Native Indians, where they came in, they break up the Native Indians, and then, you know what I mean, they had them fight. Once they weakened them, they went in and get the rest, and, you know what I mean, and basically took over the country. You know what I mean? And the same thing they're trying to do. They're trying to pull all the out, because Turkey, Iran reached out to Turkey. The Iran foreign minister reached out to Turkey and told the Turkish and them that plane, that drone that you all shut down, we didn't send that to you all. We didn't shoot that. We didn't. So now this is a full-out investigation on who shot it, because them small hats trying to bring everybody in it, sir.
Yeah,
everybody
man.
In it, and they just want to sit back and watch everybody go at it, and they put, you know what I mean, put in the 2 cents when they have to, and just come and gobble up. Because what they didn't calculate, Hezbollah on them hitting them so hard in the south.
You right.
Because right now Hezbollah handing it to them, because one of the ministers, his son, almost get killed from a Hezbollah rocket. I forget his name, Ben Gavir, or one of them ministers who was full out again, not full out, were full out with the war on Gaza. And he was the one in charge of the real estate, like going in there and stealing all the land they could steal as possible. You understand? His son almost lost his life. You understand? Like they in it. You know what I mean? And that's what the question is. Well, if these Israelis, the IDF, fighting in all these places, then who is going to be on the ground in Iran? The Israelis not going to be on the front line. Who they going to bring? The same brothers, the same so-called African Americans, they're going to want to go fighting on the front line. The same wetbacks, the same Mexicans, you're going to want fighting on the front lines for you. Man, I pray that they, brothers, you know what I mean, they you know what I mean, get some courage and do not show
give them a little bit of what they've been dishing out.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know what I mean, just don't show up. You know what I mean? If you had to take me to military prison, take them to military prison. You know what I mean?
Now, you got to self-deport. The day they had a shut out, they had to self-deport. And they had to leave a note saying, I so-and-so self-deport, you know, for the sake of national security of America. Lord be with you in that war. Just leave everything. Leave the AR, leave the boots. Pack up your locker nice and tight. Make the bed. Do everything nice and tight and just self-deport that same day.
Yeah. Right. Because General, it feeling like, this is what it feeling like, sir. It feeling like the time, I think it was in the 1700s, when America wasn't America as yet. The South was fighting against the North, and the English was right in between, was coming to destroy both of them. And the English was saying they can't go to the North. The North was, you know what I mean, they had the slaves and them that they incorporate in the military. They said they wanted to come and hit the South, and the South had to legislate to bring the brothers and them in to help them fight. And brothers them helped them fight and won the war, and kicked the Englishmen and them back out, because the Englishmen and them got a foothold in Florida, but the brothers and them came and fight them. it's almost looking like they're going to do something to make it look like Black America, you know what I mean, we have to band together. You know what I mean? We have to band together. Like some shit coming, sir. Some shit coming where they because Donald Trump done make fun of Black people with the military by pulling, by you know what I mean, by disrespecting brothers who fought in the war. You understand? But it's coming because they're gonna need foot soldiers, and ain't no better fighter than the Israelites, than the real Israelites. You understand? And they're coming. So like, yeah.
Salakia. I think you almost lost me. Yeah.
Salakia.
I'm done. I'll see y'all next week. Hell. I am gone, brothers.
That's right.
Y'all taking me to task on these Wednesday nights, boy. I need a dead man switch on this joint.
We got to go room, so we got to go in the control room.
What you think, Mashak?
We good in the control room, so you raise good dead man switches over here.
Yeah.
You know how to run man in motion and you know act like you throw the ball and hold the ball. We know how to do all of that. You gotta worry about nothing. Be right there. Hello, Apanya. Right.
I get up with
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
And all the warriors be like,